Test. Hello. What's up, guys? All right. What's up, everybody? Let's blow up the chat real quick. I'm just finishing this section. Thought I would time that better, but it didn't happen. Did not happen. All right. Good to see all of you guys. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. What's up? Welcome to today's class. Super excited to be hanging out with you guys. I was just in a virtual hands-on class, so that's why I'm a little bit late. Sorry for that. My apologies. If you're an OG in the chat, you know I'm always late, so that's not new. And if you're new in the chat, welcome. Oh, I see all of you guys in there. Let me just let me pop some of your comments up into this show here. Jennifer, what's up? A shag. All right. Best haircut for thin hair. Christine, I love it. Let me see if I can shrink that down a little bit. All right. Before I get started, this show is brought to you by my friends at Minerva Beauty. If you're looking for salon furniture, check out minervabeauty.com. They're the best in the business. I've got all their salon furniture in my salon. It's beautiful. I wish I gotta get like a remote camera and I could take you guys down the hallway and show you, but beautiful equipment, ships very fast, top quality, and for an affordable price. So check out minervabeauty.com. And that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna cut some hair. I'm taking requests today, guys. So if you guys have a request, let's see how many haircuts. I don't know. Am I gonna do 1? Am I gonna do 5? I don't know. We'll just see. I'm not sure. What's up? So post in the chat what you want to see. I've seen a lot of suggestions already. Lots of layers. Okay, let's see. We'll see what happens. Marie, let's see. Shaggy style. I'm seeing a lot of shags in here. I feel like I've been cutting shags nonstop lately. Let's see. Wish you could cut my hair. Becky, that's very nice. Let's see. Liz says long bob. All right. Jess, what do you got here? A medium curly shag haircut with a bit of a concave neckline. Something bordering on a fashion mullet, but not quite. Major texture and volume. Very specific. Love it. All right. Faux hawk from Chrissy. Cool. All right, what are we gonna do? You guys got so many ideas. I wanna start longer, so I'm gonna do definitely a longer cut. Obviously, I got a long mannequin. And then let's see where we go from there. I like the idea of a bob. I just cut a bob in the virtual class. We did a like an A-line graduated bob. So I don't want to cut that yet, but maybe I'll cut that in a little bit. Would love for you to cut my hair. Bowl cut. Nice. Ethan. Very cool. Victoria Beckham cut. Did a lot of those back in the day. Let's see. Very excited from India. Thank you for joining. All right, so this is the way this show works, and I really want to pump this up today. I've got you guys in the back. Look at that big screen. I put up this is like a 65-inch television on its side, and I dropped it once. I'm not going to lie. I dropped it on the ground. But I've got all your comments flying through. So while I'm cutting hair, I can now see your comments. I can see everything on the screen. So I'm here to answer your questions. And also, so that's how the show works. You ask questions, I answer them. As we get into the show, let's get as interactive as possible. I can also see the numbers of how many people are on here live. So this show doesn't cost anything for you guys. All it costs is a share. Just share the show as much as you can. Let's have some fun. Let's learn. And that's it. If you don't know what to write, just put where you're watching from in the chat. And then that way, we can kind of go from there. All right. Going back up to your comments, I'm going to pick somebody's request here. Who's it going to be? Something a little bit longer to start. What do we got here? Lots of people just saying layers, bounce cut. I'm not sure what that is. Somebody explain that to me, please. Heart bounce cut. C straight from heart bounce. Who is that? I'm going to look that up. All right, we're going over here. I'm going to show it to you guys from here. Look, you can see all of your comments. Let's see, who's C straight from heart bounce? Let's see, C straight. Hopefully this isn't anything bad. From heart bounce. This isn't going to give me anything. Nope. You want to learn this one? Learn about the bounce back from a heart attack? I have no idea. All right, let's move on from that one. Thought that would work out for us, guys. It didn't. That failed miserably. All right, let's see. New shag. I don't really want to. I love doing shags. Don't get me wrong, but the shag we've been doing it a lot. So, let's work. Just looking through curtain bangs. Love that idea. Curly shag, no bangs. Shag with no bangs. I'm gonna cut one of those. V cut. You know what, Birdie? I haven't done a V cut since like 2016 on a video. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to do V cut layers. Let's start there, long layers, but we're gonna have that V shape where it builds up heavier in the back, longer point in the back. Let's do that first. That'll be fun. All right, cool. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making that request. Let me get to where I'm caught up here. Caught up. Watching from the Philippines. Thank you so much for being here. All right, you guys are blowing it up today. Thank you so much. Let's get started. I'm going to start by sectioning off the mannequin. So let me go here. So our sectioning is pretty standard. We've been doing this for a long time. Those of you guys that are OGs in the chat in the show, which basically means you're the originals. You've been watching this for 65 classes now. You guys know that this sectioning is pretty standard, and I'm doing it on pretty much every single cut now because we're basing it on the head shape. So let me just start off by doing our sectioning, and then we'll get into the cut. So sectioning, I section the fringe right here from the high point of the fringe. Basically what I'm doing is I'm separating the hair that wants to fall to the front from the hair that wants to fall into the sides. So it's a U-shaped section from the edge of the hairline. You can see right here. So it goes straight down the hairline and follows all the way through. And it goes up and around and then connects to the opposite side right here, all the way through. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate the front and the back. So separating this line here down to the hairline in the back here. So you take my section. And remember, oh yeah, and if you guys have questions, type Q and put in your question. So a Q before the question, this way, when I see it fly through in the chat, because there's a lot of you guys on here today, if I see it fly through in the chat, I can see it easier if there's a Q in front of it. So just type Q, put in your question. All right, separating the front and the back. So I'm gonna take a line from this high point, this hair that wants to fall into the back, and I'm gonna draw a line down, try to nail it right on the hairline here. I'm gonna go a little bit further over, just like this. Sometimes I nail it first try, sometimes it takes me 45 tries. Let's see. All right, that's pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna take this hair that's on the side here, I'm gonna comb it straight out. I'm gonna grab a little bit more from the top. There we go. All right, so I comb this hair straight out, and when we clip hair away and we section it away, we wanna make it nice and tight. So I go right to the root of the hair, I comb it out, just like this. So nice and tight, and then I twist it like it's a ponytail, and I keep twisting, and I twist it right up into itself. Clip it away. So there's our next section. So basically what I'm doing, if you guys haven't noticed, here's the side section, the fringe section, and now I've got my back section. All of these sections are all the same density. So this one is this dense, it has this much hair from this point all the way around to the side. The side section has this much density all the way across, and then you've got your fringe. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side here. Jacqueline, thank you so much. Appreciate the nice words there. So we're gonna go straight from the top and find our hairline again. Same thing we did on the opposite side. And this is all the hair that wants to fall into the back. So basically what you can see is that we're creating a line vertical from the hairline up where the hair wants to fall. And then we're gonna comb this side section out, up, and then twist it and clip it away. Oh, geez. Beauty professionals for life. Just so you know, I went to beauty school in Iowa. It's a very good research there. But I do live in PA now. All right, so comb the hair down. Now, how do we get the V shape in the back? What are we gonna do? We wanna push the weight to the center. We wanna push the length to the center. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna do that using over direction. I'm not gonna worry about the outer perimeter line. I'm gonna focus on that after the cut or when we get it blown dry. So let's see. All right, here we go. Let me pop to the overhead because I want to share with you guys kind of how I'm going to over direct everything. So we take it right here, and this is kind of our midpoint. This is where that hairline is. So that's where I'm going to start my sectioning. So what I'm going to be doing is, instead of over directing everything straight back or wherever we go, I want to push the weight to this center back. So how do you push the weight to the center back? You pull the hair, you cut it here, And when you cut it, it's going to over direct the hair. So the longest part is going to be stretching across and over here. You cut it and it gets longer into the back. That's what we want to do with our layering first. So what a lot of people do when they want to cut this V shape is they go into the hair and they start kind of directing it like this and then just cutting. What that does is not wrong, it just cuts a line. So we're gonna cut that line later, but what it does is it gives it too much weight and then they start layering it, and the layering doesn't really match the outer perimeter. What I like to do with my shapes now, and kind of something that I've started really working on, is having my interior shape match my exterior line, if that makes sense. So here we go. And we're gonna cut the sides after. So I'm not really worried about the sides yet. We're gonna cut into the back first. So here we go. Just wanna make sure I have the right angle for you guys here. So just like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a vertical section on the side and elevate it up. Grab my scissors. What is the technique for the Karen cut? Ha 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 ha. That's so funny. I'm the best Karen cutter there is. If you look on YouTube, I got a million Karen cuts with millions of views. There's lots of Karens out there. Lots of Karens. All right, here we go. So what I'm gonna do, take my first vertical section. Just want to share this with you guys the best way, so I'm trying to find my angle here. So let me take my section first. Vertically, just like this. And I'm not really worried too much about the outer perimeter at this point. So I'm going to take my vertical section, straight like that. Twist the head here. All right, here we go. So now I'm going to elevate the hair up. So just like this, brighten this camera a little bit. Better. All right, so straight up. And now I'm going to cut a line, and what I want this line to look like is kind of slight diagonal, working with the head shape. So I do want to have it kind of collapse a little bit. So I'm looking at the round of the head here, and I want to bring this line out. So let me show you. Less talking. So here's my line. So this is 90 degrees out from this point, but it's way more than 90 degrees out from this point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a straight line across, which will have a nice seamless layered effect, but then collapse as it goes out to that exterior line, which is fine because I want less weight around the exterior line. So when I go to do my detail work, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to start to cut. There we go. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut a precision line. I don't know why. I'm deciding to do that. And I'm going to cut into, I want to do some dry cutting, texturizing. She's got more like medium, kind of low density. So I also don't really want to, I want to keep some of that blunt edge to it. So there we go. So there's the line. So it goes short to longer. This is going to be the shortest point of the cut right here. And then I'm going to bring everything, kind of use it as a stationary guide at this point, and I'm just going to pivot off of this section. So let me go to the top view here. All right, so top point here, right down. And we're gonna over direct it to that stationary guide. There we go. So watch what happens. So we bring this over up to that stationary guide. and cut. There we go. And then grab the hair from underneath here, bring that with us. And we're just continuing that line to work it out all the way to the ends. So just make sure that you continue that pattern. So let me show you this front view here. All right. Go here. Now still pivoting off that top point all the way down. And I'm going to comb the hair over. Like this. Keeping that stationary guide. There we go. Trying to look, okay, how is the elevation taken? Savarna, good to see you. So the elevation, I mean, the elevation's pretty noticeable here. So everything's coming up. So this line we're creating is all right here. And it just works all the way across. So if I put her head straight on, like this, comes up, this is the line that we're cutting. We're not derailing from that line. All this hair comes up, and we cut. We cut ourselves. There we go. And then a little bit more. And there's not much to cut towards the ends. That's the longest piece. So I just finished my section from the center back. And if I clip this part away, so I can show you guys the line that we've created here. All right. So you'll start to see, let me zoom in too, especially within the layers. The short to longest point. Be a little harder to see until we get that outer perimeter, but if I shake it up a bit, you guys should be able to see it. So here's our shortest point, and then the layers get longer and longer towards the outer edge. So that's the start of our V. Okay. Here we go. Same thing on the opposite side. How do we find our guideline? Pretty simple. If I pull up from this center point here, I can get my guide. So from right here, I'll grab the piece that we cut, and I'll grab another piece from the opposite side here. So just grabbing a horizontal little section. And then there is my guide. I'll cut that. And then when I take this section up, I know where to start from. So I'm going to be cutting this section in front of the client a little bit. So I'll be off to the side, but I'll be bringing it here to cut my line. So we're going to go just like this. Draw another vertical section to start the second side. And now you just need to make sure that you cut at a very similar elevation as you did on the opposite side. So I'll be able to see my guide right there. And I'm going to cut straight across just like this. And then I'll bring up the rest of that section. And I'm going to continue that line bringing it to me. We're not rounding this off, so don't drop your elevation towards the end. Keep that continuous line through. Now we're pivoting. Just like the other side, we're pivoting all the way down. I clip this hair away so you guys can see it better. But it's a stationary guide, so everything's coming around to me. Back out a little bit. There we go. Love watching all you guys chatting it up, talking it up in there. All right, just continuing through. So another pivot all the way down to the hairline. Comb the rest away. All right, so we got quite a few people on here. It's good to see all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for those of you that are hanging on the Minerva page as well on Facebook. Welcome. I'm live on the Minerva Facebook every Tuesday at this time. So if you guys are ever looking for education, I mean, I'm live on all our channels and Minerva as well. Throughout the rest of the week, I'm live on Free Salon Education. Here we go. Cutting across. You can see that top layer if you look at it. It's got that short to long feeling. One more section, center back. Bring the hair around. All this hair. Those of you guys just tuning in, aren't sure what I'm doing here, we're cutting a V-shape cut. So you can see this layering, how it's starting to get short to long there. So we're creating length into that center back. That'll be our heaviest point. And then I'm going to go in and cut the outer perimeter to match the interior layers. So let me see. All right. So let me see. I'm going to see if I can throw up any questions here. See if we've got any. Let me see here. That's right, Jess. I like the way you think. Share away. Let's see how many people we can get on here. Can we get up to 1,000? We've got about 700 throughout social right now. Let's see if we can get 1,000 people on here. Share it as much as you can. Tag you on Instagram, Curly Shag Cut. I did in a class today. Definitely 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Jess, you always put a Q before a not question. It's like it's a cried wolf thing. It's literally a cried wolf thing. So I'm gonna start seeing your cues, and I'm just kidding. Good job. 9 out of 10 is good. 10 out of 10 is good. First guide, top section. Okay. Is the first guide of the top section cut from 90 from the head shape and the perimeter over directed at that point? Yes. That's exactly right. Very cool. Zoom out. Claire, I hope I zoomed out for you. Hope I did it. Let's see. I think it's 90. Actually, yeah, it was 90 and then it builds from that. So it's an angle like this. So 90 would follow the head shape. This was built from 90, but then straight out. So just be aware of that. All right, cool. So you can already, when I shake this, you can see that shape. You can see where it gets more dense in the middle here, but it's less dense to the outside. You've got these shorter layers in the interior, and then it definitely kind of dies out and gets a little like less. You could see why that kind of keeping it above 90, it skinnies this up for us to do our detail work later on. All right, so now we're gonna move into the side section. And drop down my left-hand side here. All right, spray this down a little bit. So Lynn, Cutting Club. So I got some fun announcement for you guys right now. We're updating the app. So if you guys don't have our app, it's the FSE Now app. This is it, FSE Now. So go to the App Store, download it. It's free, everything's free on there, but what we're doing is we're updating it and creating a cutting club that will be through the app. That will be launching hopefully end of the week, definitely first thing next week. It's a monthly subscription, but you can join any Zoom classes you want. So I'm going to be doing weekly Zoom classes where we cut hair together. I can watch you cut hair. It's really awesome. If you haven't taken any of the Zoom classes, it's a really cool way for us to kind of get to know each other and to cut hair together. And really just answer your questions and challenges and all of it. So it's super fun. So you will subscribe to that club through the app. The app will show all the events that are upcoming. You can get access to that event through the app, and it'll take you right to the Zoom app, and then it'll log you in. So lots of cool things coming in the future of FSE Now real soon. All right, so I did a diagonal back parting. And so I'm going to bring everything over to this point because what I want to do is I want to cut some shorter layers in the front, and then I'm going to attach those a little bit to the back, but I'm not worried about this back section because it's nice and long. So here's one thing I want you guys to understand. I don't need to connect these two things yet. I'm going to do that in the dry cut. I want to determine what length I want the various sides to be and how that's going to work, right? So we're going to go like this. And I'm going to bring the hair forward like this. And I'm going to start to cut. Now, if your client likes the V shape, but they want longer hair in the back, then obviously you take this longer, you cut your line, and now you've got longer hair on the sides so they don't feel like they don't have any hair up front. That's a big deal for people that have this V cut, is some people cut it too short. I'm going to cut it a little shorter just because I'm going to shift my finger angle too to push a little bit extra length. So I'm going to go just like this and cut my length right about there. This will be past the shoulder. She didn't have a choice or a preference. So, and then you can see my line, how it starts to go back, but then this is longer. I'm going to cut into that in the dry cut. So I'm going to use that as my guide. Keep combing everything diagonal back. Bring it to my stationary guide here in the front. So just like this. And you can point cut this if you want to soften it a little bit. Just like that. I'm going to say, so Diana, I see your high and tight fade. I saw somebody else say something about a fade. I don't really teach fades. But I'll get somebody up here or on here at some point soon to do some men's cutting for you guys. I do men's cutting, but I do more salon-ish, which would be a little more lived in texturized men's cutting, longer men's cuts, do those as well. Here we go. Last little bit. Cut. And then now I've got my layers that also move towards the back of the head. These layers are a little bit shorter. We'll assess that when we get into it. But I don't want to have little density right here on the corner. So now I'm going to move to the opposite side. I'm going to do the same thing. Bring this hair over to me. Savarna, you're welcome. Akshay, which guideline? So the guideline here is really, again, how long your client wants their hair to be in the front. So you got to be careful. Like, you don't want to always cut this the same. So my guideline's coming from me just kind of assessing where I want my client's hair to sit. Now I've got to match both sides up. So I'm going to wet this down, and then we're going to go through here, section diagonal back again. Comb this hair back, clip it away. There we go. And then I'm going to bring this forward. So now, how do we judge how long this side's going to be? How do we match it up? So what I'll do is I'll hold the hair out in front. I'll kind of get an idea of where that is. They don't have to be exact. They just have to be very close. So I think people stress a little too much on that. If you wanted to, you could find a piece like around the face and then cut them both the same length. Use that as a guide. I find just kind of eyeballing it and making sure that that it's hitting around the same spot works best for me. So that's kind of my strategy there. All right, so I'm just going to work my way up the head. Just like this. See? I'm going to get some music on here. Oh, this is like the weird. I'm going to go here. Ooh, yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, so still working diagonal back. All right, here we go, to the front. Cutting the hair, following that guide. And I'm just working all this hair. This is more condensed cutting, so I'm not really that worried about how much hair I'm taking as long as I can see that guide through it. Comb it forward and cut. All right. So now I'm going to let down the fringe. I want to tie the fringe in a little bit, but I want the fringe to be nice and light because I don't want to have any issues with it wanting to fall backwards. All right, I'm not feeling that song. I'm sure you guys aren't either. Nope, this one's pretty good. This is a blow dry song, but it's all right. So here we go. I'll let out the fringe. And I'm going to bring one side over, connect it to this guideline that we just cut. So I'll grab a little bit of this hair here. I'm going to bring it right in front where I just cut. I don't want to really create a fringe yet. Maybe we'll do that in a little bit, but so I'll cut it here in front of her face. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Same thing over here. Bring it over. And I'm going to cut it. So I go past some of this hair because it was part of the other part of the fringe, and I don't want to cut into that. I'm going to do a ton of dry cutting. So right now I just wanted to take a little bit of that length off. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to blow dry. And then we're going to do a bunch of dry cutting in there. So don't go anywhere. Add a little bit of product. All right, so I'm going to use a little bit of this Joico Defy Damage Protective Shield. Run that through the hair. This helps with heat damage. It gives me a little bit of a hold, but I personally just love it for the heat damage part of it. And I don't want too much hold in the hair at this point when I'm blowing it dry. If I was going for a ton of volume, then obviously I would want a lot of that. All right, here we go. I think it was Liz was asking, is this human hair? It is. It's a pivot point. Yes, it is. It's a pivot point mannequin. All human hair. Almost there, almost there. Let's see. Nope, every time. All right. All right, so exciting stuff here. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little blow dry dance party, whatever you guys want to call it, in the chat. Saw some dance emojis there. We are now going to do some dry cutting. I did see a question in the chat where they were asking if any of the haircut was done and why would I do dry cutting. So I don't like to fully finish haircuts wet. So all the structure is done, but outer perimeter line is not done. The fringe is not done. Layers are probably going to be textured a little bit. So here's the one thing I would say, that if you want to stand out as a hairdresser for sure, it's all in the details. The details of what you do in every haircut, color, whatever it is, the time that you take. Don't rush through things. And that's like, you know, and I understand that some places people have to cut hair really fast, and that's fine. You have to come up with new ways of like getting the job done. Maybe you need to cut the perimeter wet. I feel like if I did that haircut in probably, in the salon, I do it in like 5 minutes, that part of the cut. And then I would spend some time blowing it dry spend some time smoothing it out like you're watching me do now. And then I would spend probably 15 minutes cutting it dry, or less. But because I find the dry cutting part so important, because that's how you're personalizing the cut to the client. So that's where you really see the density. Like I can see how weak her hairline is, you know, or the outer perimeter is, how the layers are stacking up, you know, like all that stuff. You can't really see that wet. So going through and doing it that way is really helpful. Claire, this is the Dyson Corral straightener. I'll say good things about it, but I'll also tell you that they sent it to me for free. So, and it's a very expensive tool. So I like to preface with, know that as I'm telling you that I like it. I mean, obviously I like it. I'm using it. But I think I technically legally have to say it. It's $500. So I don't know, like I would buy, there are other things I would buy before it, but if I had everything and I love technology and I love the latest tools, then yes, I would buy it. And I just bought another one and I paid for it. So that I could have one as well, for other things. So, you know, it's a great, I mean, it's cordless. So you got that part. It has flexible plates. So like when I'm running it down the hair, it's so smooth. It feels like, I call it like the Cadillac of straighteners. I did a full review of it on my YouTube channel. But like you don't even really feel it when it goes across the hair. Now, here's a little thing. When you take it out of the box and use it for the first time, you'll know with most straighteners, it's very sticky in the hair. But then after using it a few times, it's so smooth. So it just takes a little work in it. Get the plates, probably whatever the coating is on the plates, you got to wear it down a little bit. I don't know the technical process of that. So just smoothing it out. My process of smoothing is to just slightly bend the hair to follow the head shape. This is also why I say it's not done yet. I've got all my stuff in the way that I want it. So pretty much my angle of my fringe gets a little bit longer. Then there's the start of my face frame. That gets longer. So basically I have 3 steps right now. And I'm going to connect all those steps together in the cut, in the dry cut. See if I can see your chats here. Let me go to the other side. Lynn, you should not drive. You should not drive and chat. Let's go here. Where's the get?
Hey.
No. Oh, yes. That's it.
Yes.
Should Lynn drive and chat? No. No. Do I appreciate it? Yes. But don't do it. All right. I'm working through it, guys. We're getting there. Cut number 1. Choppy layered 90s Meg Ryan haircut. Melissa, I like the way you're thinking there. The salon's 10 minutes from my house. You know, most car accidents happen a mile from your house. That's what they say. Google it. Google it. Irina, thank you. All right, we're getting there. Do I wish I was done ironing? Yes. Yes. So I could cut some more? Yes. Almost. Do you guys wish I was done ironing? Yes. I know. You can feel it through your keyboards. Did I use heat protectant first? Yes. I'll show you which one. Tracy, I used Joico Defy Damage Protective Shield, one of my favorites. Haven't really met a protectant that I haven't liked, really, but I do like that one. Yes. What's your guys' favorite thermal protector? Why don't you post that in the chat? I'd love to see that. And if you don't have a favorite thermal protector, what is your favorite product line? Let's put that in there. I wish I could do like a poll or something. Better iron it straight or curved? It's a great question. I slightly curve the hair. So if you see when I take my section here, when I pull the hair down, I'll put it in the iron, but then instead of just going straight down, I give it a slight bevel. I'm going to take 2 passes on this one and let you see. So see how it's just got a slight bevel to it? It's not a curl, though. Like a lot of people, when they're ironing hair, they'll either twist it too much and they give it too much of a curl, or they'll straighten it too much. You want to have a nice little slight bevel, goes with the head shape. That way, when the hair falls, it falls in its most natural way. Joico Dream Blowout. That's a good one. Color Wow products. Okay. Davines. I like Davines. Alterna. Right. Hot Off the Press by Paul Mitchell. One of my favorites. One of my favorites. Couple more sections and we will be ready to start cutting this dry. The dry cutting will commence. Okay, L'Oreal. I wish I could cut a mid-length choppy a la Jennifer Lawrence. That's a good one. Not sure what Jennifer Lawrence has been doing with her hair lately. All right, this is going to look super cool, guys. Psyched about it. Love once I get it smooth. So you guys can start seeing it come to life. Redken, all right. We're all across the board in this room. I love it. We got all walks of life. Everybody's hairspray smells a little different. How do you know what products not to put together? Angie, that's a good question. It's very rare, I think. It's more like what product is wrong for the guest than what products can't go together. So I think products, as long as they're right for the guest, can always, for the most part, go together. I wouldn't know how to tell you which ones wouldn't go together. Cara. Matrix. All right, we got a Matrix vote. We got a Wella. All right, Adele. All right, YouTube's killing it. I would say they're the biggest sharers of the day so far. Those of you guys on Free Salon Education Facebook are doing a good job. My personal Facebook is struggling today. If you're on my Facebook, if you're watching the Matt Beck official Facebook page, let's hit that share button and start talking on there because it's looking a little weak. It's been weak the last couple days. I mean, it's only like 50 down from Free Salon Education, but let's hit that share because we're about to have some fun in the dry cut. All right. Let's go. Yes. Let's get this. All right, last little bit. Let me actually show you guys what's happening here. See that V shape in the inside? It's happening. Right. Okay, so let's get to cutting dry. So I've got my dry cutting scissor here. Through. And I want to talk about the wet cut that we did first, real quick. Let's break it down, because I've got this part here, which is the face frame area, which drops my weight there. Then I've got my shortest layer. It goes back up, so you can kind of see where that dip happens. I want to keep a little density here, and then we start to get that V shape happening right about there. So what I'm going to do with just some of this weight is just slide cut into it. So what slide cutting is, right here, is taking my scissor half opening, or opening fully, half closing. So I'm gonna half close and slide my hand down. So just like this, slide my hand down. Pinch the hair where it's bulky. So I feel it bulky right there. Pinch it, slide, half closing. Slide, half closing. And really, I'm just taking a little bit of that bulk out. Not too much. And it's just to soften that connection point between the shorter layers and the longer layers from this face frame. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I wanted this face frame to be a little bit longer than the layers that are back here. If I would have matched it up exactly, her layers would have started this short and went there and connected. So instead of doing that, I cut longer ones, which then gives me a little bit of weight back there. You could also layer them out probably to remove that. I just find it easier, do a stationary guide, go through, do a little bit of this dry cutting, and you're good to go with your look at that point. So that's the first little tip there. We still haven't cut into our hairline yet. Just a little bit of slide cutting. We do the same thing on the opposite side. We got the same weight issues over here. Comb the hair down. You can see that weight, those layers. You can see where we dropped it off longer there. So I just go in, cut into it, just like that. Okay. So now that I've done some of that, now I want to work on that fringe area, and then I'm going to cut my outer perimeter. So the fringe, we have to decide, do we want a straight fringe, or not a straight fringe? Do we want a side bang or like a curtain opened up fringe? I think for this cut, because it's balanced into a V shape in the back, I like to try and cut it as a curtain fringe. So we're going to do that today. So remember, we took some of that bulk out, but I haven't really cut the fringe yet. So now we're going to go like this. Back out of it a little bit. And I'm going to do a little bit of point cutting. I would do tease cutting, would probably be my move, but some of you guys don't like tease cutting, like you don't do it. So I want to show you how I would do it if I didn't. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to clip this other side. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to grab diagonal back parting. I'm going to elevate the hair slightly, just like this. Elevate the hair up, across, over top of the edge of this eye, and I'm going to point cut right parallel to that parting. So nice soft point cut. I'm going to grab another slight diagonal, bring the hair over, right over the edge of that eyebrow. Okay. These clips will be available, guys, on our shop soon. These are some FSC clips, dry cutting clips. Been working on getting them. They're cool. They're metal. They're heavy duty. All right, and then a little bit more. What I'm looking for, remember our beginning sectioning, is to match up with that hairline. Once I match up with the hairline, I'm done. There we go. Bring it over to me. Point cut. I don't really want this to be too much of a line. I like it nice and soft. So there's my angle. Comb that over. And now it's connecting into the rest of the haircut. So you can see that. So now take this clip out. Section this part of the hair away. I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side here. All right. So diagonal forward, or diagonal back, sorry guys. I've now been live on the internet since 11 a.m. So please excuse my crazy thoughts. All right. Number 5 and number 6. No marks in the hair. Yeah, no marks in the hair. That's the goal. It's got a flat top to it. So over top of the eye and point cut your line. Same thing. Drawing over, waiting to get to that hairline area over there. And this is the last bit. Now we're at that hairline. If you guys are liking this so far, let's put 100 in the chat. If you like it. If you don't, you'll love the next one, right? You will love the next one. All right. Yeah. Got to have something in my ears besides the Dyson iron screaming at me. All right, so let me smooth these bangs out a little bit so you guys can see how they fall. See how they run. I'm coming, iron. I'm coming. I'm still here. All right, so start to iron them out a little bit. All right, it's starting to look good here. Let me see if I can caught up on here. Awesome. Laura, don't cut yourself. Pamela, thank you. And thank you. We got to show Ann emojis. She might be on her computer. Maybe that's why. And Jackie. And Andrea. Haircut on medium hair. I might take another request. I'm not sure yet. Feeling it. Feeling it. We'll see. Blunt bang. I like blunt bangs too, but the problem with the blunt bang is it ruins the mannequin because then you can't do anything with it. All right. So I want to do a little bit of softening of the layers. So I'm going to elevate them up real quick. Do a little point cutting. So this is where you can see, like, this was my layers from the back, and this is what's happening in the front. Don't cut that, right? So let that kind of fall. I let that fall out. The back I'm fine with. The front I want to lighten up a little bit of point cutting. I know this is going to drive some of you nuts that you're not connecting this fully. It doesn't need to connect because they're two separate things. Remember, we section off the side because it only has this much density. So I like the layers being a little bit longer because it fills in the gap. If I cut it this short all over the front, it's going to have no density whatsoever. So it's really kind of important to make sure that you don't cut into, you don't connect it. Razor cut. Maybe I'll do a razor cut next. That's a good idea. All right, so that's that side. We'll do the same thing on this side. Softening. Not changing the line, just softening it a little bit. Andrea, thank you. Appreciate it. Low maintenance short haircut. I think low maintenance short haircuts are tough because I feel like short haircuts are more maintenance. So that's what I would tell my client. A low maintenance, like, haircut to me is something that, like, my wife has super long hair. She doesn't cut it very much, like once every 6 months. That's low maintenance. But low maintenance, I think, can also be, easy to style in the morning. She doesn't have an easy time styling because she has a lot of hair. So, low maintenance could be that too. So it could be easier to style. That's probably what you're saying. I'm realizing it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was realizing that as I was saying it. Okay. Last couple steps. We're going to work this hairline. So, few things I'm going to do. I'm going to take out some of these pieces, just give it a little separation. Love, like, cutting into this part. And then, as I get into this back portion, what I will do, because she would normally have shoulders, so you have to take that into consideration, is bring some of this over into the front. So I'd have her take her shoulders out of the equation. I'd have her turn her head. Her shoulder would still be here, and I'd bring all this to the front, or I'd comb it straight down in the back, which, let me see if I have something that would allow me to. This is what I did in 2016. I put something back there to cut against. I just don't know if I have anything handy here. I don't see anything. I don't want to take too much time. So, yeah. Okay. So I'm not gonna put anything back there, but if I were to put this against her back, then I would just cut it along her back that way, like this. I'm going to hold it in my hands instead because she doesn't have a back. It's not her fault. She was made that way. Don't blame her. Stern, we are cutting a V-shape haircut. So what I want to do in this V shape to create it You can see that it's already pretty much there, but I don't want it to be shattered like this. I want it to be a pretty pronounced V shape. So I'll section her straight down center back first, like that. I'm going to kind of clip the rest of this out of the way here. And then I'm going to work this side of the head first. So bring the hair down and connect it just little by little, drawing that V shape in. So again, this would already be kind of over her shoulders, and then I would just comb it back to the back of her shoulders, and I would literally just cut this line in, but because she doesn't have them, I'm pretending I'm using my hand as a shoulder. And I'm going to cut this blunt line to connect it all together. Once you take the weight out of this haircut, by doing these layers and having the layers kind of come back too, these could be a little bit longer too if you wanted. Once you do that, it makes it a lot easier to cut your V shape in. When you try to do that in super thick hair, you just get this kind of bulky, blunt feel. So it's just so much easier to do it on layered hair. Same thing with a bob. Like if you cut with a little bit more elevation, it's a lot easier to put in that line. There. Continue through the back, and I'm going to connect these 2 points. There we go. So, longest point is here. And then it goes up from there. You got your V. Longer hair into the back. Let me go back out of here. So here's the deal. So let me know if you like it. Give me 100 in the chat if you're liking it. I may cut another cut. Let me know if you want to see that too. Say cut again, or cut another one. Whatever you want to say in the chat. Make it go bald. Nice. So here you can see it gets a little bit heavier. And hit it with a little bit of spray so you guys can see like the full effect. I'm gonna use a little bit of dry spray wax. This is Joico as well. I'm gonna try my hardest to keep it in her eyes so you guys can freak out. So we can have a little internet upset episode. All right. I don't know about you guys, but I am actually, I'm digging it. I'm really, this is way better than it was in 2016. You guys want to watch that version? Just go on the YouTube channel and type in V-cut. It's okay, she's not driving, right? Can you imagine if she had these in her eyes and she was texting and driving? Oof! Peg's dancing. All right, Peg. Look at this. Digging it. V shape. All right, I'm feeling good today. Oh, let me get this camera back on. I think it's like because it's cooling off outside too. Like I look a little sweaty. I'm a little glossy. I don't put makeup on before these shows, but I'm feeling good. I don't feel like hot. I feel like I can keep going strong. Whew. My hair's a little out of here, out of control. Somebody want to cut mine? Yikes. Why the bulk in the back? So Linda, let's talk about this, Linda. Let's talk about it. The bulk in the back is part of the V. So for me, I like having, you know, like that kind of bulkiness to kind of show the out. Like, let's say that this is like sitting on her back and it's kind of flowing down. You could have these layers longer. Like, here's the other thing I want you guys to understand. You don't have to cut it like this, and please, for the love of everything, don't cut it like this. Just use this as inspiration. But if this starts to like kind of build up, like it could have some volume in here, it could pop up, like it's got really cool, like kind of fun shape to it. When it swings, it still has that V shape. So you can see those interior layers, and it just keeps that density, and just, it's really fun. Like for me, it just gives a purpose to this cut. It's not just all layered up. So she's dancing. All right. I'm inspired to cut. Sterling, awesome. It's so good to hear. All right. So the skin won't look totally shiny. Are we talking about makeup? Because just so you guys know, I will never put makeup on for these live shows. I just won't. I'm not comfortable. I can't breathe. My skin can't breathe. I don't know how anybody wears makeup or chapstick or anything else. All right. Here we go. So do you guys want to see another cut? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Give me an idea, or tell me to go home. I don't care. I can go home too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Akshay, thank you. Good to see your face. Akshay's like smiling there. Look at that. Smiling. Thank you, thank you. Another funky cut you wouldn't learn in school. Sherry, that's a good call. I like that. I like that. Razor, all right. You guys don't even know. You don't even know yet. I can't even tell you yet, but there's some big, in the razor department, something big coming. Something big is coming. And just so you guys know, I do have a cutting club coming up. So if you haven't downloaded the FSE Now app, we got it. I'm inspired by, I don't even know how that comment got up on the screen, but what did they say? I'm applying my chapstick. That's hilarious. Oh wait, go back. So FSE Now. So download the FSE Now app. It's free to download. So look at this. So here it is, FSE Now on the App Store. Actually, let me go to this camera so I can kind of show you guys a couple things. So here, so like this was today's class, right? Any upcoming classes soon in the next like 6 days, it will have events up here that won't just be videos. You can click on the event if you're part of the cutting club, which will be a weekly. You'll subscribe monthly, and you can meet with me weekly. We over Zoom cut hair together, and that'll be all those events will be up here. Then you have the latest videos, all of our full classes, last week's classes. These are all the free classes that I'll keep doing always. Is on the app. You get alerts when we're doing it. Anytime I put up a new video, you get an alert. And then right here, this is where our community, all these people, all the OGs that you're seeing on the show are all posting their work. They create their own profiles. You get to create a profile that looks just like this, has all of your information, where you work, all that detail stuff. And then it goes onto our website, stylistlocator.com. So if anybody's watching this show right now that is not a hairdresser that's looking, I see you guys in there that you want me to cut your hair, all of that stuff. You don't need me to cut your hair. You need one of these people that's in the chat to cut your hair. So go to stylistlocator.com, stylistlocator.com, put in your zip code, and that's where everybody from our app gets loaded onto that, and it has their profile, and you can send them a message and get an appointment. Oh, that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work. Okay. Now I'm going to cut something with a razor. I don't know if I've done 2 haircuts in one show before. Today's the first, and we're doing it. Let's do this. What time is it? 2 o'clock. All right. All right, here we go. Ready? This will be a quicker cut. I'm going to do a bob with a razor. I'm going to use this doll. I'm going to keep this one because I'm going to color this one, I think. I'll do a color technique for you guys soon with this one. All right, let me grab a head. All right, so this is Pivot Point. A little unboxing for you guys here. Laura, the name of the app is FSE Now. So just go on the App Store and download it. Just type in FSE Now. If that doesn't work, type in Free Salon Education. If that doesn't work, email me. Email me. All right, here we go. And the cutting club's gonna be awesome, guys. So like today I did a Zoom with a bunch of stylists. They're in my fundamentals class. You also will get access to the fundamentals class if you're a part of it. I think I might be talking too much now, but you'll get access to all that stuff. And then, oh my gosh. Yep. So this is the Gwen mannequin from Pivot Point. I wish they would send me some more. I paid for all of these. It's very expensive. And I promote them a lot. So you guys just send them my way. Send them over. What's your email? Matt at freesaloneducation.com. All right. So this is the Gwen mannequin. I like her because her hair's longer than the Erica, so I used the Erica forever. Plus, people started yelling at me because I would wear black clothes and she had dark hair. Now they don't yell at me and I don't have to wear a white shirt. So that's the other benefit of the Gwen. So the length of the hair, she's got a little bit less hair than Erica, which I like just for videos in general. And that's it. Cheryl, I can't wait to tell you. I can't wait to tell you, but it's just not yet. Soon enough. Okay, so I gotta wet her down. Let me do that. I'm like worried about you guys wanting to see another video, but then I'm like, you wouldn't be here if you didn't. So I think we're good, right? Can you join FSE even if you do not own a salon? Yeah, you don't have to own a salon. You should be a pro stylist to join. We're coming out with a consumer side of it where you learn like maybe styling techniques, but not obviously how to cut hair, and get inspiration and get connected to stylists. So that's coming too. But you don't have to own a salon. You put in your personal or your salon number, whatever you want clients to contact you with. But honestly, wait, we took that away. So they don't even contact you through your salon or your phone. They contact you through the messenger on FSE Now. So don't worry about that. All right. Can we continue? If anybody has any ideas how I can make these, get continuing education hours, I don't really know how yet, and I haven't looked into it. So I need to do that. Why don't you do a live model? I will do live models. I just shot a YouTube video with a live model the other day. Here's the reason why I don't now, because if you guys were on the class where I had to wear a mask and teach, that wasn't fun. So I like doing mannequins because this girl has no opinion. You guys said you want to see a razor cut and whatever, and you want it to be a bob or whatever. I can teach it to you. If I had a model, I couldn't do that. She would have lots of opinions, or I have to pay her lots of money. So this girl is perfect because she doesn't have an opinion. She's perfect for the job. Where can I get my haircut in Monroe, Michigan? Janet, just go to Stylist Locator. Hopefully there's a stylist on there. If not, maybe there's a stylist on here right now that can reach out to you. that's close. But go to stylistlocator.com and you should be able to find somebody. Pamela, it's kind of easier to manipulate the mannequin, but like I said, it's more the being able to do whatever I want to it. That's the key. I like teaching. I don't really like... If I wanted to cater to whatever somebody wanted, and it, like, some girls will come in, they just want to trim, and you're trying to teach something, I could do that behind the chair and I'd charge them for it. Here we push the envelope a little bit. Tripod, I do the same company, so it's a Pivot Point. So this is a Pivot Point tripod as well. All right, we're ready. Got a mess in here. It looks like a hair war. Let's see where I'm at. I'm gonna do... So I got a few different razor tools I'm gonna use. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Here we go. I'd love to see curtain bangs and a shag haircut. Kelly, if you look up curtain bangs and a shag haircut on our YouTube channel, I've got so many videos. I would love to do one live for you. We definitely just need to, I think it's just going to have to be a different class, only because I've just done it so many times. So I don't want to repeat, because what I'm doing also is filming all these cuts. So I'm taking you guys on my journey, and I will be cutting these cuts up for the latest YouTube videos that will be on the channel. So this will be cut into like a 12-minute tutorial. All right. Gwen soaks up the water, that's for sure. Normally I don't spray down an entire mannequin. Today I did, because I didn't want to leave you guys, but normally I would take her to the bowl. My floor is soaked. If I trip and fall, just somebody call for help. All right, you guys ready? Say yes in the chat. Yes. Kelly, maybe I'll get down to a pixie cut. We'll see. We'll see how I feel after this one. All right, so sectioning. Let's go straight down the center here. I want to slow down the pace a little bit. Because first off, I don't want to wear myself out, and I don't want my work to be compromised here. So we're gonna slow things down. Sound good? Yes. All right. So I'm going to be using the carving comb today. So this has a 100% cutting side and a 50% carving side. I'm parting down the center, and I'm really just doing the sectioning that I always do. So you guys, I really want you guys to get kind of this sectioning ingrained in your brains so that you use it. So right at the fringe, you're here for the first cut. Just going right down, straight down to the hairline. So just like that. And I'm gonna clip this away. I'm not gonna use the carving comb to comb this out. All right, see that. So we are ready. We are ready. Yes, Michelle, I like that. All right, comb the hair out. There's section one. I'm gonna put this fringe section together today. Pop. All right, so here's our fringe. Back it out a little bit. What's gonna be hilarious is if Minerva jumps on here and they're like, is he still going? Because that's probably gonna happen. Just remembering I'm still on their Facebook as well. And there's still some people there. Still on their Facebook. There's no rules on mine, but I probably should ask them. All right. So there's the fringe section. And now I'm going to split the head in half here. So I found the hairline. So we got the hairline here all the way up. Draw a U across, back down the other side, same way. So just like this. And now I'm looking for the hair that wants to fall into the side. And I want to match up a vertical line down to the hairline in the back. Comb that hair up and clip it away. You guys are going to have dreams about this sectioning. All right, so here's the hair that wants to fall in the back. Down to that hairline. See? Do the same thing on the opposite side here. Zelda. Yeah, I'm still on. I'm going haircut number 2 here, Zelda. I've been live since 11 a.m. We're going to break records today. So one thing I haven't said to you guys is if you're looking for tools, you can go to our shop, shopfse.com. All the tools that you see, the clips, the combs, everything is on there. So if you don't need anything, don't buy anything. But if you need something, buy it from us. Comb the hair up, nice and tight at the root. And then spin it and clip it. All right, feeling good. There we go. All right, so now what we're gonna do is section straight down the center back. So look at this, it matches up on both sides. So it's a section separating the front and the back. So we've got the front section, this is all the same density here, and then you've got the back section that has this much density all the way through. It follows that hairline straight up and around, does the same thing on the fringe, follows the hairline straight up and around. Now, we go straight down the center back. And what I'm gonna do then is clip away one side. So I'll comb this side nice and tight over here. Yeah, so like that. So I'll comb the hair nice and tight right from that root area over, and then I'll slide a clip up underneath. That'll keep that side out of the way, and we're gonna start on this side. So now that we kind of know that we're working from the left-hand side over, I'm going to take a nice slight diagonal. Let me show you better. Let me zoom in. Here we go. Bob, Andrea, that's the best. Bob with razor machine, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing for sure. Let me go here. Love how straight your partings are. Katie, thank you for holding me to that so I don't veer off. Appreciate that. All right. And everybody, remember, download the app, FSE now. And all the tools that I'm using are on Shop FSE. you can pick them up there. Okay. Installing now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where are we at? All right. Zelda, I love your excitement today. Okay, so here we are. So there's our first parting. What I want to do is I'm going to take a slight diagonal forward section like that. Out. Actually, I'm going to change this up. So I want to show you guys something that we can do with this razor here. So I'm going to go a little more diagonal forward. Pop it over here. Pop it like it's hot. I have no idea why I just said that. That would, it's a cringe moment right there. I felt it myself. Okay. Over here, combing the hair nice and tight. Work that hair tight over. This is the biggest thing that I see with hair adjusters and the way that they section hair. It's the number one thing that we talk about in our virtual classes and in the cutting club, which is coming up, is getting this hair nice and tight over here and sectioned and ready for your next combing. So now it's clipped away. Now I've got this hair to work with. That hair's out of the way, so now I know exactly what I'm working with. And I grab my razor. And on our site, guys, there's two different things. So there's two different razors. I'm going to be using the fine teeth version. So you've got the carving comb fine, you've got carving comb wide. You know, they both cut the same. So it doesn't really matter. It's just more about what comb you want to use at that point. So now, back out just a little bit so you guys can see. I'm going to use all right. So just like this. Now, let me spray it down. All right. So now what we're going to do here is I turn the head so you guys can see it. I want the razor to mimic the head shape here. So I'm not so much worried about the side or the parting of the section. When I cut with scissors, I would probably follow that line with my hand, depending on the cut. With a razor, I'm more drawing the hair. So what I want to do is I want to decide if I wanted this to go a little bit longer towards the front, then I would start here and kind of work my way longer. What I want to do is I want to cut a nice kind of just horizontal looking graduation. So I'm going to put the blade in here like this, and I'm going to work up and down. I'm going to cut a little bit longer bob today. Up and down like this, and work through the hair. Holding it nice and tight with my hand, but cutting that line. So just like that. Okay? Gives me a nice little shattered appearance, which is great. It's very modern looking. Then I take down my next section. So see, I've already got my hair combing in the right direction. So now I can easily take my next parting over. And with razor cutting, I'm going to take about a 2-inch parting or a 2-inch section. Comb the rest over, clip it away. See? Now I bring the hair down like this. I got my guide underneath, pulling all that hair into my hand. Now, one thing I want you guys to realize when you're razor cutting or when you're holding a bunch of hair in your hand is that underneath here, like I'm over directing a lot of this hair and I'm working with the head shape. So if I just go up with the razor a little bit, it starts to create that graduation, as opposed to trying to hold it at that perfect moment and cut it that way. So I like to hold it horizontal, low to the head, but then have a little bit extra movement with the razor, because the more you move it up and down, the more it layers it. So I go up and down movement, and I go a little bit broader. Do the same thing here. Cut. Over direction is back. I'm connecting that line. So this is where we're at. Let down the next section. So Zelda, why such a large section? Because we're cutting horizontally and at the same elevation, and I'm playing with the head shape. So I let this hair down. I'll kind of show you. Should be a little bit easier. So I'm playing with a little bit different elevation here. So I come down. I've got my guide underneath. See, it starts to fall out. So when I grab the hair and I work this section, because I'm cutting into more of it, I can work a little higher with my elevation on the stroke of the razor, which will give me more movement in that head shape. So what I want to do is use the head shape now. Most of the time, I'm just trying to be aware of it in my hair cutting. When I'm cutting with a razor, I want the head shape to start to do the work. So that's kind of, remind me later, don't shut me off. Thank you. Okay, so now take the next section. So that's really what I'm going for here. I'm using the head shape because I'm cutting with a razor. This is totally different than my thought process with scissors. So I'm here, my guide starts to fall out, and I'm working this line. Same thing here. It's all coming straight back to me. So now I turn her over so you can start to see that graduation that's happening, and we're going to cut into that in the dry cut. So now I'll let this hair out. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side here. Hey, it's Joel. Thank you so much. I'm feeling calm. I need like a calm vibe. This is it's a happy vibe. All right, so I'm going over, mimicking that first section that I made with the hair. Comb the hair nice and tight over to the side of the head. Slide my clip up underneath. Oh, just about slipped and fell. Told you guys it's gonna happen. Just stay tuned for that. That alone. And then share that. Let's pop as many people in this room as we can, guys. I can see the numbers up there. My Facebook's going strong. Free Salon Education Facebook fell a little bit. If you're on there, hit that share button, please. And YouTube, you're staying strong. Love you guys. So let's just hit that share button, whatever you're doing. Wherever you're at, share it. Thank you, Zelda. All right, so slight diagonal forward. And really, guys, what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to stay balanced in the back. So I'm looking at it, I'm standing square in the back, keeping the razor square. So I keep looking at my previously cut section, using that as a guideline as well. And just small strokes of the razor across. There we go. And when I lift the hair up like this, I'm just looking for how it falls and how balanced it is in the back here. All right. I'm gonna get a little bit stronger with my up and down here. That'll help create that graduation a little bit more. Bring the hair down, a little bit stronger. Same thing here. Good. Bring the last little bit. So the carving comb, guys, is on our site as well. It's the Shop FSC site. It's $39, so it's pretty cheap to put this tool into your toolbox, add it to it. Like I said, it's got a 100% cutting side, 50%, so you can really go in and create different looks. If she had thicker hair, I could go in with the 50% and just kind of cut into it a little bit more. I don't need to do that with this medium hair. So you can see we've already started to create this nice graduation with the razor. It's got a real textured edge to it, so it's going to have a real modern feel in the end result. So let down this right side. I'm going to spray this down as well. I'm glad to hear that. All right, here we go. So here's kind of a cool thing about the razor. You could literally take this section here, and because it cuts everything so nice and light, move this clip a little bit so I can comb this tighter. But because it cuts everything so like nice and light, I could take from this point right here and literally cut this with the razor and just cut through it. So I'm actually going to do that on this cut because her hair is not super thick. If it was super thick, I would take it in two sections, right at the parietal ridge, and then then bring the top down. But it's not super thick, so everything we've cut, we did our sectioning, so I know that this is all the side. And I'm just going to continue across and cut my line just like this. The one thing about hairdressing right now is time's always been money, people say. But for right now, with the pandemic and everything that's happening, you got to kind of cut hair a little bit faster. So in certain spots, you can. Don't do it in every spot, and make sure that you do a lot of the detail work that I talk about. But if I can save 3 minutes on that, cutting that, and then I can go in and spend 3 more minutes on the dry cut, then it's a win-win for me and my client. So let this down. Let's see. Yeah, this is good. This is good vibes. Thanks, Michelle. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Make sure you get all the hairs combed. Every single one. And once I get it down here, then I can just grab, start cutting, work my way through. All right, so now I'm going to take out the fringe. And I'm going to blow her dry. So let's do a little blow drying here. We'll blow dry her, smooth her out, and then we'll be ready for our dry cut. So here we go. Let's go over here. Let's do this. Blow dry time. All right.
Now
Alrighty. All right. You guys with me? We're going to do this. We're on the final stretch. All right, so I'm just going to smooth this out real quick. There we go. Oh. It's not warm yet. It's getting there. Adele, I don't do extensions. I don't even, I've never wanted to do them. But there are some great people out there that have some channels that do that for sure. I haven't I don't even do them in the, we don't have them in the salon even. Never saw extensions that I really felt like, unless you're a celebrity, that I would put in my hair. There are a lot of maintenance. If you want to talk about maintenance. And expensive. So I think embracing, I know it sounds crazy because we're in a beauty industry, but embracing what you have and making the best choices to kind of enhance that, for the most part, makes the most sense. Now, there are really definite reasons that people would want to get extensions. I just never really got into it. But maybe someday we'll have an extension person come on, talk about it. True, yes. Did you find it harder being a man in this business? No. I didn't find it harder at all. I think getting my mind around, because of where I grew up, for a second, maybe I was questioning whether I wanted or had a little struggle, but no. And Joel, I'm not sure if you're the one that I think I got an email. I thought I saw an email, somebody that was struggling, or just questioning, struggling. I don't know if it was you, but I've never heard of a guy struggling in the industry at all. Sometimes I think they get silly opportunities because they're guys, and that's silly too. So, so yeah, I wouldn't worry about anything like that. What's the temperature? So Dyson, like most companies want you to keep it at like a medium temperature, and I'm pretty much that way as well. Here's the challenge I'm finding. 365 does fine. It does a good job. I like, it only goes up to 410, which I say only, but you don't need more than 410. I promise you that. It's a good iron. It grips the hair really well. It has the flexible plates, so the plates kind of work with the tension of your section, even if it's unbalanced. Now, with that being said, 365 is still a little low for me, I think, for what I like. So I don't like to do more than one pass. So I go through here, and I'll try quickly to get that section ironed and not go over it again. With 365, I felt like I had to do it 2-3 times. Not always, but I just feel like it's an easier setting for me. So Zelda, I think I just answered your question, but it's 410 is the highest. Where did you grow up, Liz? I grew up in Illinois, in a small town in Illinois, 700 people, right near the border of Iowa. And I went to beauty school in Iowa, in the Quad Cities. Capri College. That bob is bomb. Thank you. Wait till it's done. It's almost done. Obviously, we got to cut that fringe. But look at the shape that we created. Look at the sides, guys. Like, I didn't do sections at all. I just took it, cut it. This whole, like, negative thought process with the razor is crazy to me because once this is smoothed out, like, it doesn't look any different. Hair looks frizzy if you don't do it. So you cut it with a scissor, cut it with a razor. Now, a razored edge is going to be softer, but that razor only made a soft line. It didn't make frayed edges. Now, you cut with a dull scissor or a dull razor, you're going to get crappy, I guess. I was going to say something else. Edges. But with a nice fresh blade on a razor, you get a beautiful clean cut on the hair. What made you decide to become a stylist? Good question, Kelly. So so the biggest thing, and I don't want to stretch this story out because I'm not, my journey of being a stylist is not that important, but I became a stylist because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I liked doing a lot of different things. And a couple of my favorite jobs were working on the radio. I did that for a little bit right out of high school and my senior year of high school. And I liked playing music and doing different things. I knew I wasn't going to go to college, so I wasn't great in school. I wasn't a bad kid. I just didn't get good grades. And so I decided to do... Hey, what's up? I've been live for hours, Carly. So I'm literally just going to town. It's my second haircut. And I'm answering why I went to beauty school. So I was detailing cars, and one of the guys that I worked with, he said, I used to color my hair all the time, because I wanted to be Eminem. It's really why. But he said, why don't you go to beauty school? And I said, do guys do that? So Joel, this is kind of where it goes back to you. I said, do guys do that? Because I grew up in Illinois, and guys didn't really do that. So they said at the beauty school, yes, and they can make great money. And I said, all right, cool. So sounded like a fun job. I signed up. I was literally the only guy in school at that moment. I actually think one other guy was signed up with me, but then he quit like pretty early on. And there was like 150 girls there. So it was like a pretty like, you learn a lot at that point. And, I went to beauty school, and then I went 3 months into it is when I kind of went to my first hair show and then really realized what I wanted to do. So that's how I started with Paul Mitchell and started working with them for 10 years. And then after that, started doing the YouTube thing 7 years ago, and then teaching on that. And then now we're here. So that was probably the quickest version of that story I could have given you, but I don't like the whole drug out why I became a hairdresser stories. All right. So look at this bob, guys. Seriously, I cut it in like 3 minutes. You guys were here. You saw it. So what I want to do now is just kind of fine tune it. I'll still use the razor, still working, even though it's dry hair, it's okay. So I want to go in and show you guys how I'll cut the front here. So back out just a little. So just like this, bring it over, and I'm just going to softly cut into it. Now I'm doing this on dry hair because I really just want to work these outer edges. And this blade is strong, so it glides through the hair pretty well. There's other blades that don't, so you got to be careful what you're using. And then I'll go through, I'll do a little pinch cutting, pinch into the edge there. So you can see some of this. I want to go in, I'm going to do some of the 50%, do a little bit of 100% through the back, over top of this shape. This is really like slide cutting. So we went over that in the last cut. It's like slide cutting, so you're just kind of like pinching and sliding through, and then I'll work that bottom. And if you wanted that to be a more precise outer edge, you could always go in with your scissor and cut that as well. But I like kind of having that softness to it. Oh, geez. So just a little bit more to cut on this side. Bring some of this. It wants to fall, so I'm going to let it. Now, this is our heavy side over here. Wants to fall on her face. So a little trick is to take some of this section over, grab the hair, take your 50% and just kind of cut into it a little bit. That'll help soften. Then do a little bit more, bring it over, 50%, and just kind of soften into it. That'll just take out a little bit of that weight. Just so it doesn't look so heavy too. Again here, 50%. So then you're not cutting all the way through the section. All right. Let's see where I'm at here. Choppy, uneven pixie cut. I could probably do that real fast. If we weren't going to have time for a third haircut, that's probably the one. Make anything choppy and uneven for you. Okay. I don't see the haters. Don't even see them. I literally didn't see them though. Did you? Oh, okay. All right, let's get some finalizing tunes on here. All right. This is like such a fun, kind of like textured feel. Oh, they're gone. All right, cool. Good for them. All right, let's see here. Thank you, guys. All right, what are we doing with that fringe? It's driving me nuts. I'm sure it's driving her nuts. Here's a little tip. Little heat. Little leaf. I want to show you guys two different looks on this cut. Like, I want to show you the straight version. If her fringe will cooperate. Voila. All right, let's start to see this from other sides here. So you guys can see texture, movement, little pieciness. Nice little long bob. Okay. Then that's better. All right, so let me spin it again. You guys can see that texture in there. Oh, she's fine. She'll be fine. All right, so there's her long bob, and then let me give it a little wave too, so you guys can see what that looks like. And then I'll take a couple questions, and then I'm out of here. Thank you, Brendan. I appreciate that. Michelle, thank you. Knock the stuff over. Let's see. Last call. Another masterpiece. All right, so let's get a little wave in this thing. Almost hair over. Start working on this underneath first, the heavy side. So a little twist, and then I pull quickly out. talked about this before, but to create more of a beachy kind of wave look, I do a quick twist in the mid shaft, and then I quickly go through the ends so that they don't get perfectly straight. Twist, and then quick through the ends. Twist, quick. Some more on the top here. Thanks, guys. Who's been on here the whole time? That's impressive. Oh, it's the other. Was I on the wrong camera? Oh no, it's that camera. Hang on. One sec, people, we're coming back. It's like maybe this thing burnt up. Coming back, guys. Don't you worry. There we go. Hoping that thing didn't blow up. All right, back to 6. There we go. Let's do this. So I'm going to curl forward some of these front sections here and then quick out, but then let it kind of rest on the other side. Curl forward, quick out. It's totally going to make her bang fall on her face even more. We'll see. Quick through the root or through the ends. Quick through the ends. Nancy, do I need to go home and relax? Yes. You can't hear the song, can you? It's only funny if you can hear the song. It says yes. All right, almost there, guys. Here we go. Ha. There we go. I'm not stressed, Adele. No way. Not me. All right. Let's get a little... Here we go. Finish this thing up. Okay. So what do we think? Let me know in the chat. I still feel like the fringe is heavy, but what are you gonna do? I don't know. That's better. That I can deal with. So you guys can see all the texture that happens from using the razor. Like, it's just very soft, but still builds up a ton of volume. So like, even with wavy hair, it's a great look. Bangs, yeah, I should have put bangs in there. Cindy, you're so correct. You're very correct. Let's see here. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, Cindy, that was a long one. Anybody have any questions? I feel like I ate like a pint of hairspray, officially. It's all in my mouth. It's in my face. Oh, all right, guys. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's class. I enjoyed hanging with you guys. We did a lot of work today. I was feeling real good after the first cut. Feeling a little like I put in the work now. I look like I put in the work. Feel like I put in the work. Now I got to go edit these videos so I can put them out on YouTube for you guys. So that's what we're going to do now. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to Minerva Beauty for letting me be on their channel today, hanging out with you guys, having some fun, cutting some hair. If you're looking for salon furniture, I've got a coating of hairspray on my hand. If you're looking for salon furniture, go to minervabeauty.com and check out what they have to offer. They have a ton of different things on their website. Chairs, mirrors, blow dryers, color processors, cutting stools like the ones I got here, the exact same ones, and all of that. So go check out minervabeauty.com. They're my friends. Please support them. They support free salon education. Thank you guys. Let's see. Anything else? Liz, you're very welcome. Cheryl, you're very welcome. Michelle, you're welcome as well. Thank you to all of you guys, especially the ones, I mean, obviously, you could have checked in at any time, but those of you guys that have been on here the whole time, that's pretty crazy. Go get to work, okay? It's going to be a great day. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
Chop it, clip it, spray it, flip it. I woke up this way. It's going to be a great day. Chop it, clip it, spray it, flip it. Let me show you the way. It's going to be a great day. Chop it, clip it, spray it, flip it. I woke up this way. It's gonna be a great day. Chop it, clip it, spray it, flip it.